Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It really helps me grow my channel. So today, I was watching Anne from Odulcina, and I wanted to create a bunch of ephemera different things so I can have it available just to grab. When I was watching her, it seemed like it really made things easier for her. So I printed out a bunch of her things. She happens to be, let's say, one of my favorites, if not my favorite designer. So I wanted to incorporate the things that she made because I use her papers a lot. So I figured we'll be on this little journey together, and I will put in the comments the different things that I use on this journal. And why don't you join me and let's have some fun today. So I cut a few out that I wanted to work with. I wasn't going to cut them all out or I wouldn't get anything done today. So I cut out some small little pieces of ephemera that she had so we can decorate. And I'm going to switch mine up, and I'm really into the gold. As all of you know, this gold paint really looks gorgeous on things. So I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to paint the edges gold. And what I found from the retreat, you really don't need any special brush. Whoops, got a speck there, but that's okay. I like having that look as well. So I'm going to go ahead and gold my edges, and I'll be right back. You probably can't see it, but I did a drop of gold here by mistake. And I had somebody, I think it was Pam, ask me how I gold spritzed everywhere. So basically what I did is I filled my brush up with just a little and just tapped, just like this. And you don't need to do a lot, just enough to create a little bit of interest. And then, whoops, can just kind of blotch that. And then I'm going to show you another trick that I learned at the retreat. Okay, I have these done. I'm not doing all of them on camera. We'll do a few of them together. But I wanted to show you the modeling paste. This modeling paste is kind of a putty color, but maybe it'll make it look a little more antique looking. You could get white. I think the white might be a little bit better, but you want to take some and just on the edge, and you don't need a lot of your, I don't know what this is called, spatula maybe? And then you just kind of want to just add a little bit. And I'm almost wondering if you can add color to this. So you just want to make it to add some more interest to it. And it also elevates it so it's a little bit lifted. That makes sense. And this is actually kind of nice because I think this color actually makes it look antique-y looking than the white. I tend to like doing the ones that aren't as antique-y look. See if you can see that. And I'm not going to overkill this. Just add a little bit here and there. And there might be a better paste to use. I'm not sure. I really like the one that we used at the retreat, so I think I might ask the one that they used, because this one seems kind of thick. So I'll ask and then put it in the comments. But it just gives it a little bit more texture. See if you can see. Add this. Oh, I like how the gold looks. But you see, once it dries, you'll probably see it a little more. see if you can see it. Let's see what it looks like when it dries. I think I'm going to take the heat tool to it so we can get it to dry faster. Yeah. It dried pretty fast with this heat tool. So next I want to try something. I have this, I have different ones. Let's see how this looks. I don't even think I used this one yet. Oh, maybe I did. It's a wax. And I wanted to see if I run this, might be dried up. Let's see. I think it might be dried up. I have another, let's see, another tube. Let me go grab my other one. I can't find my rub and buff anywhere, so we'll give this Sizzix one a try. And I thought if we just rub a little bit over those spots, oops, that might even be too much. That's lifted. Let's see. We're going to do some trial and error here. And I don't think it's even working to add the gold. Oh, maybe it is. Ugh. There are no mistakes, guys, right? Actually doesn't look so bad. Look at that. I'm just going to do this one. I'm bummed I can't find my rub and buff, but this just gives it a little interest because it's raised. There. So let's give this a whirl. I'm not going to do it to the other ones. And let's see what we're going to do to these. I didn't gold the other side. I probably should, but I'm not going to do that right now. And let's see. I can fold this in half. And see what we're going to do with this. I thought I'm going to put some papers in here. I have a lot of papers left over from the retreat. Also, when I dye my my papers, I do it on big pieces of baking parchment paper, and this kind of got really cool looking. So I figured we'd use some of this. Let me just trim it down. See if that'll fit in there. And I like the edges to be a little torn. There we go. And I can even ink it if I want. So I'll add this. And let me get some more coffee dyed paper. Normally I don't like to leave this edge, but we'll just kind of mess it up. I just like the way it looked there. Just make it look not so neat. So we'll have this. And I might even shorten this. I wonder if I could just do this. Make this like that. I'll have to find something else now. Trim the parchment paper down a little. And I have a bunch of little ladies in here left over from the retreat and papers like this. Let's see what may look cute to add. That doesn't look too bad. You know, and then we can go, and I have these flowers that are also from Anne's collection. I can add some flowers to this as well. Let's see what else we have in here. I have the skates. I have, let's see, piano. So what I did is I printed a bunch of these, and I just cut them and did the edges just to make it faster and easier. I think I might want a little more color than just this. Let's see what happens if we give it a nice pop of color, like this blue. Now that looks pretty. What are y'all thinking of this? Or I can always staple it on the top. Let's see. I'm trying to go by Anne's ways and not overthink things. So let's just take this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue it inside because the staple might not hit it if I staple it up here. So let me do that. Let me find my glue. And this is coming out pretty darn fast. So we're just going to make it just so it's coming out. Just like that. I want to open this up to make sure it didn't go through to the other side. We're good. We're good. So now I can add my papers. I'm not even sure I want to add this particular one. Let's see. You know what I could do too is I could add some lace behind her. Let's see what I have here. I think I have enough that's big enough. What if I added some lace? That's pretty. And I could do some on the other side too. Let's try that. See how that looks. Whoops. Let me grab my fabric scissors. I'd probably trim it a little bit. So if I made it so it was overlapping like this, I kind of like that. So let me glue these on. And I'm not sure how this glue will work. A little bit on the sides just to catch that. Gotta make sure I have the wrong ways. And I want it just to come to that end. Just hang over just a tad bit. Oop. And then I can decide if I want to cut it at the end. Just going to kind of do some dots here. I hope this holds it down. Here we go. Let's see how that looks. Let's put our pieces back on. Gonna do it like that. Oh, I kind of like that. And where are we gonna put this in the back? Actually, we could actually put it inside here just to break up those pieces. And do we want to add this still? That's actually cute. Not like in the book. But I think I might add a larger piece of the book. And the reason being is she's reading. So I think that the book may be a good thing to add. Let me go see if I have a big overthink this. I am adding the book just along the sides. And I'm going to staple it on. I think what I'm going to do is staple it on two sides. Just like that. So now we have just 4 pages. And it creates some writing space. And if I wanted to, I could add something on top of that. So next what we're going to do is we're going to decorate. And I have some of these adorable flowers, which we can always add. And there is pink in her bow, so we could always add some pink. It's kind of cute. And I thought I had some, I add some lace right there. I have another idea. I could always add, let's do this. I have a bunch of Anne's. I still don't know how to do her bows. I'm going to have to go back and watch her video. I just do it like this. And then I kind of do the rabbit ears, I think it's called. Pull it through. Then I pull it and make it a little smaller. And I just grabbed any piece, whatever I had. In front of me, I have a whole bunch of her fancy yarns. And I could add this right on that corner. If I really wanted to, see if I have a bigger one. I can add that going off the side. Now that's kind of cute, but I need something that's going to give a little more pop. I'm trying to see what I have in front of me on my table. So what I did is I added a little doily here. And I had some bigger ones, but I think they might have been too big to add. And this one is white, and I don't think the white, wait a minute, let me see, I have an off-white. Let's see if this one is any better. I think I might add a different bow. Let me see what else I can come up with for a bow. And then we can add the little flower in the center. Let me go look. I have some of her Sari silk. Let's see if we can do this. I have to make my ears a little bit bigger, and then I'll pull it and make it smaller. I think I'm going to like this a little bit better. Here we go. Let's make it a little smaller. I like that better. I mean, I could add both. I'm not too crazy about adding both. So I'm going to do that. And I like that white on there as well. And then I can add a little flower. What if we add a little cheesecloth under that? I knew I threw a piece. I have this too. Some of this polka dot. I could add a little under. But you're not going to see it because of the color, because of the white. I did have, oh, here's the little flower. I could put that right in the center. I'm not crazy about the colors. They don't match up the way I like them to. Let's see what else I have in here. I have pink on pink, but not crazy about the pink on pink. So I definitely like this. So I'm going to glue this down, but I have to use, I think, my fabric tack for that. Oops, this one's not open. Oh, let me get my open one. I brought one to the two to the retreat for my mom and I, and then we ended up just sharing it. There we go. So I'm just going to put this on. When I craft, I make such a mess. Do you guys make a mess? I want that to show. So I'll do that, but I think I'd like something still underneath that. Let me see if I can find something. So what I could do is, I had some cheesecloth. I can bunch cheesecloth under it. Or I found this piece of pink that actually looks pretty nice with that. And that just gave it just enough under it to make it pop a little bit more. And I thought I'm going to glue these on here. And then let's glue these on. I lost my pin that goes in my art glitter glue. And it's around here somewhere, no doubt. So I just want to be careful when I glue this on. I want to still be able to open the layers. So I don't know if this is a scrappy pad or whatever it is, but I'm just playing around with it. I had the little one down there. Yeah, it kind of ties everything in. So we'll just do that. And I'm still not 100% sold on this, but I keep hearing Anne in my head saying don't overthink the process. So this is what we're going to do. We're not going to overthink the process. We're just going to put it down. And we're trying to use things that we have and not overthink it. So you put my little ribbon down. And I'm not sure, I might have to glue gun that down. And I thought of adding something here, but I'm starting to think it might be too much. And I can hear someone saying, it's never too much. I don't know. I like to add 3s, and that's 2 clusters. So what if I... Too much. Added just a little flower on the side. Or I can add some lace. Here I am, overthinking it. Let's see what else I have. I have another rose, but I don't care for that like that. Let me go find some lace. I have to glue gun it on, so I'm going to glue gun it on. Meanwhile, I want to talk to you ladies about something. I kind of like the way this looks too. So a dear friend of mine, she's hosting a retreat, Claudette, in Mississippi, and it's the beginning of May next year, obviously next year, because May is already gone, and I want to encourage all you guys to go. I'm going to be there, and I would love to meet some of you in person. If you're not going, Claudette is a genuine lady, and she lives in New Hampshire, and she is thrilled to be offering this. So what I'll do is, maybe she doesn't know this yet, but I'll have Claudette come on and explain a little bit about the retreat so all of you can listen and hear about it. And that's what I'm so excited to attend. My mom is going as well, and my husband, he's going to be our driver because I don't like flying, and he's so cute. I really missed you. You're not going anywhere without me again. So looks like he'll be coming, and I'm really excited about it. So I might add some gold around the edge here. The only thing is I'm trying to this would be a cute journal cover. And then you'd have some pages to flip up on the front of the journal cover. So I think what I might do is add gold around those edges because I just love the gold. And now you really can't see too much of the gold because I have it covered up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. So sometimes when you do these things, you just don't know where they're going to take you. So what I think I'm going to do with this is I'm going to turn this into a pocket. And I'm going to have to decide if I want it to be a top pocket or a side pocket. And I think I'm going to make this a side pocket. So I'm going to leave this part open and just go across. Whoops. Make sure I'm on camera here. And just go across. Go down on this paper. There. And yeah, I had intentions of doing some a bunch of just little projects, but sometimes, like I said, you just don't know. Oh, look what just popped up. My needle. I knew I'd find it. Sometimes you just don't know where any of this is going to take you. And I'm actually pleased with how this came out. Just going to let this dry for a few minutes. And then we can put something in the side here underneath these pages. And then we have these that we can still lift up and use them. And like I said, I think I'm going to use this as a journal cover. I could put it inside a journal as well, but we'll see. And I'm just really liking this. And I don't think I'm going to add anything here. I think I'm just going to keep it be. What do y'all ladies think? Well, this turned out to be a lot longer than I anticipated. So I'll be back for another part on this, what I'm doing here. And let's see what I'll come up with next for the other ones. You guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.